Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the new chapter, Computer Security and Ethics. So, Computer Security and Ethics. ठीक है? Ethics, as you all know, that the manners we are having in our daily life with each other, जिस तरह हम एक दूसरे के साथ behave करते हैं और करना चाहिए, not करते हैं but करना चाहिए, is the ethics, moral values. These all are the ethics. So there are some ethics for using computer as well, because it prevents the computer security. It makes you safe to use computer, and it makes you safe for others to use the computer. So this is chapter number 4, computer security and ethics, and there are only 2 to 3 topics included in this chapter, as we have the reduced syllabus, so the whole chapter is not included in the exams. Right? So computer ethics and security. Now, this is the word. It could be a new word for you people. Netiquettes. ठीक है? You already have heard about etiquettes. You know etiquettes. What are the etiquettes? So this is the term used for net, internet, or computer. It is netiquette, right? The word etiquette is changed into netiquette because we are going to start the chapter computer ethics and security. So what are the etiquettes or netiquettes for using a computer, and what are the computer ethics, right? This chapter, this lecture includes these topics, the computer ethics and the areas where computer ethics are implemented. So what are the etiquettes? Etiquettes are the manners. Etiquettes are the rules and the regulations which are set to use something, to communicate with each other, right? Now, computer ethics and netiquette. Now, we can see the definition of netiquette. Definition of netiquette or internet netiquette, the code of acceptable behaviors that users should follow while on the internet. Have, um, have you ever heard this word before, netiquette? The code of acceptable behaviors that users should follow while on the internet. जब हम internet use कर रहे होते हैं, what we can do, what we can not do, right? जो हमें करना चाहिए और जो हमें नहीं करना चाहिए. This issue, this is an important issue since the evolution of WWW, that is World Wide Web, and it's an important aspect of life. It is unethical, it is totally unethical to interfere in the privacy of another people, of other peoples, without their consent, without their will. उनकी मर्जी के बगैर उनके एरिया में इंटरफेयर करना, उनसे उनकी चीज़ों में इंटरफेयर करना, that is totally unacceptable. So the golden rule: treat other as you would like them to treat you, right? In email, and there are 3 to 4 areas in email, chat room, and group. What will you do? Keep message brief, use proper grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Be careful when using sarcasm and humor. It might be misinterpreted. क्यों? क्योंकि you are not seeing the face of a person. You are not seeing, look at the face of the person, whether it's suits you, your sense of humor suits you, suits him or her or not. उसको वो चीज़ पसंद आ रही है या नहीं आ रही है, यू आर नॉट लुकिंग एट द फेस. तो आपको अपनी लैंग्वेज, अपनी बात ऐसी रखनी चाहिए दैट नो वन शुड माइंड इट. Be polite, avoid offensive language, read the message before you send it, use meaningful subject lines, do not use capital letters as it equivalent to shouting. Abbreviations and acronyms you can use, right? Read the frequently asked questions if one exists. Many news groups and web pages haven't frequently asked questions. What is the abbreviation of FAQ? Frequently asked questions. Do not assume material is accurate or up to date. Be forgiving of others' mistake. Okay, one more thing. This is an important point. Point number 3, do not assume material is accurate or up to date. What we are doing, what we are used to doing, that we are going to check in Google, search different websites and see, and without any inquiry, without checking the authenticity of the material, we copy paste that. हम ये एज्यूम करते हैं कि जो नेट पे जो भी मटेरियल हमारे पास अवेलेबल होगा दैट इज़ एक्यूरेट. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट. आपने बहुत सारे वीडियोस देखे होंगे जहाँ पर टैग कुछ और होता है, लाइन उसकी जो हेडिंग होती है वो कुछ और होता है, और जब आप वीडियो देखना शुरू करते हैं तो वीडियो कोई और होती है. ठीक है, सो इट्स नॉट अथेंटिक. आपको पता नहीं है कि वो जो चीज़ उसमें दी जा रही है. इन द सेम केस टेक्स्ट मटेरियल, अगर टेक्स्ट मटेरियल आप सर्च कर रहे हैं और आपको वो जो टेक्स्ट मटेरियल मिल रहा है, जब तक आपके पास सोर्स ना हो कि वो कहाँ से लिया गया है, इट्स नॉट एक्यूरेट, इट्स नॉट ऑथेंटिक. ठीक है, तो इस तरह की चीज़ को हम ये सोचें कि जो नेट से हमें मिल रहा है वो एक्यूरेट होगा और अप टू डेट होगा, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. देयर आर रिसर्चेज, इफ़ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द साइंस सब्जेक्ट्स, देयर आर रिसर्चेज. आज कुछ है, 2 साल बाद कुछ और होगा. ठीक है, तो ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि नेट पर जितना मटेरियल हो वो वैलिड हो, ऑथेंटिक हो और बिल्कुल अप टू डेट हो. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी. सो विदाउट इंक्वायरिंग एनीथिंग, डू नॉट यूज़ दैम. नेवर रीड समवन्स प्राइवेट ईमेल. It's an important rule. It's the important rule for your etiquettes, for your netiquettes, right? Never read someone's private email. Private email किसी की नहीं पढ़ना. In the same way, we should not read anyone's letter. We should not open the letters without the consent of a concerned person, right? So these are the rules which you are going to use in your net life, right? Internet, by using internet. Okay, netiquettes include rules for all aspects of the internet service, including jitni bhi services hain, we are using that netiquettes in www, in World Wide Web, in emails, instant messages, chat rooms, message board, and social medias. These are the places. In social media आपको भी अंदाज़ा होगा कि सोशल मीडिया पर अगर मैं फेसबुक की ही बात करूं तो लोग कुछ भी पोस्ट कर देते हैं. इट्स नॉट एथिकल. ठीक है, किसी के बारे में कोई भी बात करना विदाउट द कंसेंट ऑफ अ कंसर्न पर्सन, इट्स नॉट एथिकल. Now, what is www? The World Wide Web, or web, consists of a worldwide collection of electronic document. Again, I'm talking about the same thing, the worldwide collection of electronic document, but it's not necessary that all the documents are valid, authentic, or correct. Now, what is email? The short of electronic mail, the transmission of messages and files via computer network within no time. Email was one of the original service on the internet, enabling scientists to communicate with other scientists at other locations. Now it was the previously, it was, but now it is very easy for every person to communicate with any other person around the world. It is convenient. It is the timely delivered, and it's real time. It's real time network. Like the email is transferred from in the same time when you send it. Now see how an email message may travel from a sender to a receiver. Step 1. Using an email program, you create and send a message. And what is an email program? It could be your Gmail, it could be your Hotmail, it could be your Yahoo Mail, any email program, right? Mostly the search engines have their email programs. Step number 2. Your email program contacts software on your service provider. Who is your service provider? Like the internet service which you are using. Outgoing mail server. Now it goes to the outgoing mail server. This is the internet router. Step 3. Software on the outgoing mail server determines the best route for the data and send the message, which travels along the internet router to the recipient's incoming mail server. Step 1 पे आउटगोइंग मेल सर्वर पे जा रहा है, स्टेप थ्री पे रेसिपेंट्स के इनकमिंग मेल सर्वर पे आ रहा है। ठीक है, दोनों क्या हैं, इंटरनेट राउटर्स हैं। फिर उसके बाद ये मेल बॉक्स में जाएगा, इनकमिंग मेल सर्वर्स पे, इंटरनेट सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स इनकमिंग मेल सर्वर, ये एक मेल बॉक्स बना हुआ है। एंड नाउ दिस इज स्टेप नंबर 4, इट इज रिसीव्ड बाय द रिसीवर, द रेसिपेंट। When the recipient uses an email program to check for an email message, the message transfer from the incoming mail server to the recipient's computer. ये incoming mail server है. The message is transferred to this computer, to the recipient's computer, and it is saved in his computer. So this is step 1, the going of email. And now step 2, to the outgoing mail server, goes to the outgoing mail server. Now step 3 goes to the incoming mail server of the recipient, mail server, incoming mail server, and then transfer into recipient's computer. This is the total procedure of sending an email from one place to another. Step 3. Okay. Okay, Nawal, there are two routers. One is for the sender who sends the email, the outgoing mail server, and one is incoming mail server. Here, the mail is going. Mail is stored by the sender, right? And here, incoming mail server, the mail is receiving, the mail received for the recipient. This is step number 3. Now email. An email program is used to create, receive, forward, store, print, and delete email messages. Example, I gave you the example of Gmail, Yahoo, and there are many email programs which provide your facility to email anything, email your documents. An email address. Now, email address, what is the email address? Is a combination of a username and a domain name that identifies a user so that he or she can receive internet email. Okay. What is the domain? Domain in which you are working. Like if I am sending my emails by Yahoo, the domain name will be yahoo.com, right? If I am using Outlook, I use hotmail.com. And if I am using Google Mail, I use gmail.com. This is the domain name which actually identifies that which program are you using. If you are using Yahoo program, it gives you the domain of yahoo.com. If you use Outlook program, it gives you the name of hotmail.com. And if you are using Google Mail, it gives you the domain of gmail.com. Is it clear? What is the email address? And this address comprise of your name, any digit that identifies that this ID belongs to you. A username is a unique combination of characters such as letters of the alphabets and or numbers that identifies a specific user. Like my username is Sarvat25, right? Numbers. It's a combination of alphabets and numbers both. Sarvat is the spelling, letters, and 25 are the numbers. Now the areas of computer ethics. What are the areas, right? Definition of computer ethics: the moral guidelines that oversee the use of computer and information system. I already explained you about the ethics. Now the areas of computer ethics: green computing, information privacy, information accuracy, codes of conduct, intellectual property. Now this is the important thing, intellectual property. I'll explain it to you. Now first come to the first one, information accuracy. a measure of the reliability of information held within an IT system. Information accuracy today is a concern because many users access information mainly from the internet. Again, the same point I discussed in the beginning, that the accuracy is an important point. What information you are taking from the internet, what information you are forwarding to others by using that. Do not assume all the information on the web is correct. We should evaluate the value of a web before relying on its content. There are a lot of websites, when you search something, there are a list of websites which provide the same content, right? But that contents are not secure, not authentic, not up to date, right? Use the website which is authentic and gives you the correct information about that. So information accuracy is an important point, that that what the information you are taking from the internet should be reliable, right? Should be from the reliable sources. बहुत रिलायबल सोर्सेज से होनी चाहिए, वो वेबसाइट ऑथेंटिक होनी चाहिए, उस पर कोई फेक नहीं होना चाहिए. एज यू ऑल नो दैट बहुत सारी फेक न्यूज़ ऑल्सो स्प्रेड अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, बहुत सारी फेक न्यूज़. ठीक है ना? Like I gave you the example, in previous days I have seen some news that about the closure of schools. When the schools are opening, there were some news about the closure of schools, but that news actually taken from the beginning of that टाइम, दैट लाइक इन फरवरी एंड मार्च, उस वक्त के वो टाइम की न्यूज़ दोबारा से स्प्रेड की गई थी फेक न्यूज़ के तौर पर. सो थिंक अबाउट इट. जब तक देयर इज़ नो रिलायबल सोर्स, देयर इज़ नो रिलायबल इंफॉर्मेशन कंटेंट यू रिसीव, जब तक आपके पास कोई वैलिड नहीं हो, रिलायबल नहीं हो, यू शुड नॉट ट्रस्ट ऑन एनी इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीविंग फ्रॉम द इंटरनेट. Now, green computing. What is the green computing? Green computing, it's environmental free, right? Involves reducing the electricity and environmental waste while using computers. Now, what are the points of green computing suggestions? Do not leave the computer running overnight. It's a common habit I have seen in many children that they leave the computer overnight without proper shutting it down. It's not safe. It's not safe for your environment. It's not safe for for yourself also. It's not safe for your device as well. Use computers and devices that comply with the Energy Star program that consumes less energy. Use LCD monitors instead of CRT monitors because CRT monitor emits heat, more heat. Recycle papers, try to recycle papers. Recycle toner cartridges. You can recycle the toners as well of the printers. Toner cartridges are the printer cartridges used for printing the paper as a hard copy. You can recycle that toner cartridges. You can recycle your paper. You should use LCD monitors and less energy consuming devices, and do not leave the computer running overnight. Codes of conduct is a written guideline that helps determine whether a specific computer action is ethical or unethical. Now, what are the codes of conduct? Computers may not be used to harm other people. It's very obvious, it's etiquettes, right? Employees may not interfere with other computers, like I am working on computer number 1 and computer number 2 person interferes in my documents and my file, opening my file. It's not ethical. He should or she should not do this. Computers may not be used to steal. Computers may not be used to bear false witness. Again, the accuracy is involved here. Computers may not copy or use software illegally. It's a common crime around the world, using of software illegally. It's a software piracy actually. people should buy that software before using it, but we have a lot of CDs which are included in the software piracy. Softwares are copy paste of the software without the permission of the company which is in the manufacturer of actually that software. Information privacy. Companies to deny or restrict the collection and use of information about them. In the same information privacy, अभी इंफॉर्मेशन प्राइवेसी का मैं आपको एग्जांपल अगर दूँ तो बहुत सारी जगह आप सोशल मीडिया पर देखते होंगे, किसी ने कोई बात की या किसी ने कोई स्टेटमेंट दिया या दो लोग आपस में बात कर रहे हैं और एक ने उसमें अनएथिकली होता है ये कि आप वीडियो या उसकी आवाज़ रिकॉर्ड कर लें और उसको स्प्रेड कर दें। ठीक है, आपसे अगर कोई बात कर रहा है तो और वो आपने रिकॉर्ड कर ली है, दैट इज़ इंक्लूडेड इन अ क्राइम, दैट यू शुड नॉट रिकॉर्ड एनीवन्स वीडियो, एनीवन्स conversation without his or her permission, right? Information privacy. Now, what is an intellectual property? Refers to unique and original works such as logos, brands, ideas, invention, art, writing, process. इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी का मतलब यानी किसी की भी वो पर्टिकुलर चीज़ उस पर्सन से या उस कंपनी से बिलोंग करती है, कोई और उसे यूज़ नहीं कर सकता। ठीक है, अच्छा, जब हम इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी की बात करते हैं तो एक्चुअली इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू ग्रुप्स, दैट इज द इंडस्ट्रियल प्रॉपर्टी एंड द कॉपीराइट प्रॉपर्टी। टाइप्स ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टीज एंड इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ ईच। ट्रेडमार्क है, देखें इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया में जब हम बात करते हैं तो इंडस्ट्रियल इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी क्या है, उस इंडस्ट्री का कोई लोगो। ठीक है, एज you have seen the many logos of different companies. If I'm talking about my school, there is a logo of my school of SM Public Academy, and no one can use that logo on his or her books and copies or any other or any other place. You are receiving your result card in the letterhead of SM Public Academy with their logo and name. No person, no company, no school can use that logo. No school can use that name, right? There must be some change in the name. तो दैट लोगो शुड नॉट बी और कैन नॉट बी यूज एनीवेयर। वो कहीं भी यूज नहीं हो सकते, वो लोगोज, वो इमेजेस, वो नाम कहीं यूज नहीं हो सकते। दैट इज इंक्लूडेड इन द इंडस्ट्रियल इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी। कोई इन्वेंशन हो, कोई आइडियाज़ हो जो किसी ख़ास पर्सन से रिलेटेड हो, वो हम कहीं और यूज़ नहीं कर सकते। और अगर हम कॉपीराइट पर आएँ तो कॉपीराइट में क्या चीज़ें इंक्लूडेड होती हैं, लिटरेरी वर्क यानी जो बुक्स वगैरह होती हैं वो सब, नॉवेल्स हैं, फिल्म्स हैं, आर्ट वर्क है, म्यूज़िक है। उसके आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ चीज़ों के कॉपीराइट्स होते हैं, ठीक है ना। लाइक अगर मैं कोई भी डॉक्यूमेंट अपना बना रही हूँ और उसमें मैंने कोई ऐसी फाइल इंसर्ट कर दी जो कॉपीराइट है, जो किसी और की है, कॉपीराइट में आती है, तो वो मैं यूज़ नहीं कर सकती जब तक मैं उनसे परमिशन ना ले लूँ, या जब तक मैं विदाउट परमिशन मैं किसी के भी लोगो या किसी भी चीज़ को इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकती किसी कंपनी के। ठीक है, तो कॉपीराइट में क्या क्या चीज़ें इंक्लूडेड हैं, नॉवेल है, फिल्म्स हैं, म्यूज़िक है, आर्ट वर्क है, जिससे कंसर्न है, जिसका बनाया हुआ है वो ही उसको आपको परमिशन देगा, तब आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं। यस मुस्तफ़ा, यू हैव टू कम इन द यूनिफॉर्म। Right, now one more thing about internet security is internet abuse. Internet abuse means unwanted ads you are receiving. Yes, patent property is industrial. to protect product ideas, manufacturing process improvements, and the technological development from being used by other business entity. So there are two types of intellectual properties. Actually, two types: trademark and patent, and comes under the heading of industrial intellectual property, right? Copyright is another. The first one is the industrial, which includes trademark and patent, and second one is the copyright. Now, any confusion and any question related to the topic? Now, start from the beginning. Computer etiquettes. The code of acceptable behaviors that users should follow while on the internet, and the rules used for while using your computer, while using in emails, while using frequently asked question, while using others computer. And the most important thing, the areas of computing and computer ethics. Areas कौन से I have explained everything. Green computing, information privacy, information accuracy, the most important, codes of conduct while using the computer, and the intellectual property. There are two types of intellectual property. One is industrial and second one is the copyright. In industrial, we include the patent and logos. And in copyright, we use the literary work in the use of literary work, novels, films, and artworks. Right? Any confusion? Any question? Hope everything is clear to you.